Martha, guess what?
What?
We are live!
Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm great.
Well, I was talking to them.
Oh,
I was wanting to know how everybody was doing out there.
Well, I'm answering.
Hey, so today we're going to go over the numbers for the end of 2021.
One.
Oh my God.
Nobody cares about 2020
no,
anymore.
No, they don't even remember 2021. I think we're all
It's a
trying
blur.
to forget. But 2021, and it's kind of interesting because the numbers, you can definitely see around July where stuff started to change a little bit, right? Not so much on the pricing end.
No.
I mean, everybody's like pricing through the sky.
Are we going to make some predictions for 2022?
Oh, absolutely. So just like we said in our little disclaimer, though, did you see the disclaimer?
I did not.
So we will make predictions, but this should not be used for any financial or construed as financial advice.
Yes,
or,
consult your own accountant.
Right.
Hi, Lorna.
Well, how do you know it's Lorna?
Because she said hi.
Where's she at? Oh, there she is. Hi, Lorna. Morning.
Give us a shout out if you're there.
Yes, we might give away these snazzy T-shirts. Yours will look different than mine. Mine's
not mine.
Mine's stretched out a little bit. Put on a little COVID weight there. Yours will probably look much better than mine.
Average over 30 pounds.
Yeah, did you know that?
I heard that.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I'm above average.
Good to be an overachiever.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh.
You want to get started on the numbers?
Yeah, let's get started.
Right. What do you got, Martha? Because I didn't put it together.
What do we have? We have...
What do you want to start with?
It's just a hodgepodge. Should we do a little December numbers first?
Sure.
So in December, a lot of homes went under contract in the Albuquerque metro area.
Yes.
So we are at, 827, which is actually down a little bit from December of 2020.
It's down almost 8%. And this is what we're talking about. The closed numbers in July of last year, they actually started dropping.
Yeah.
And it's not because of demand, though. I mean, we're still seeing multiple offers. There's still very strong demand, but there's just nothing to buy.
Yeah.
It's like trying to buy a car or windows or ground beef.
Yes.
I mean, there's just literally a shortage.
So let's look at the inventory number next.
All right, let's do that.
Inventory in December is actually down as well. Where are we at?
It's crazy low. 639.
Yeah, 639.
You know what's funny about numbers?
No.
I mean, it don't mean, if I say 2,560, does that mean anything?
Not a thing.
No. So I think it's kind of nice to have some kind of reference a little bit. I love numbers. Like right now, I'm like, you can't see me because the numbers are in front of me, but I am like
glowing.
See, I am super excited. I love these. So if we look at right here at the bottom right, I don't know if you can see, you can't see my cursor, but the bottom right, 639. That's the lowest inventory we've ever had. So if you come to like 2016-ish, 17, I'd say that was probably a decent balanced market. We had 3,800, 3,500 homes. We've got 630. So if you're a buyer and you're saying, well, there's just no houses.
You're right.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
So I mean, isn't that crazy, Mar?
It's very low. It's
Look at
very
that.
low. It's
all
scary.
Right. Since we got this fancy chart out.
Yeah.
The boom after the boom. 08, 09. Look at what the inventory numbers were. 6,400 houses.
Yeah.
10 times the amount of inventory.
And that's when housing prices went down.
Went to nothing.
Yeah.
We don't have that same scenario. Let me remove that. We don't have that same scenario. And this is consistent not just in Albuquerque.
Everywhere.
I mean, this is, in the Midwest.
It's across the nation. And so that indicates that prices are not going to crash, right?
That doesn't necessarily mean that. It means we got a different situation than we had, 10 years ago. I'm not going to say things won't crash because I don't know if buyers will just hey, Liv, good morning. If buyers might just reach the point where it's like, screw it.
Yeah.
I don't need new windows.
But
I don't need ground beef. I'll start eating tofu.
But the people that are saying, oh, I'm going to wait for the crash, we don't know that's happening.
No.
It's not indicating it's happening.
And you're not going to believe me. I didn't believe me until, reading the numbers, it's not really overpriced right now.
No.
Ooh, people
We'll
aren't gonna
talk
like
about that later.
I'm going to say that again. Housing's really not overpriced right now.
Yeah.
What?
It's not.
Mr. Rubin, good morning, buddy. How's it going? All right. So we went over the inventory. What did you want to jump into the average sales price?
Yeah, let's just go right on. Well, we could talk about days on market in December.
right,
let's do
let's
the
do that.
December stuff, and then we'll go into
That's
the
fine.
year. So December days on market are 18.
What does that mean?
They're down a little.
It's been
It's
consistently
slightly down. I mean, but really, honestly, 2 weeks.
Again, so that means if your house is on the market for over 2 weeks, fire your agent and call me. No, don't even talk. Can I say that?
I don't think so.
Just fire your agent and call me, and we'll get your stuff sold, because that's ridiculous. In this market, if you're over 2 weeks, something ain't right. And you know what that something probably is? What is it, Martha?
Price.
Or not marketed properly, but it's usually price. Absorption rate, you did you?
No, it's kind of the same
thing. We got half a month's supply of houses.
Yeah.
So kind of like the grocery store, we're about out of stuff there, man.
Yeah, our shelves are getting a little bare.
We are very bare.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this. Can we do it?
Go for it.
Average sales
price
is up 17.5%
for 2021.
Yes,
for the whole year. So if you bought in December of 2020,
you theoretically are up 17.5%.
Yeah.
Okay, and like to me, because I've been doing real estate for 10 years, so I kind of came in when things were crazy low.
Yeah.
So I remember you could actually buy a house for under $150,000, and then to see now it's hard to find a house under $250,000.
Yes.
It just it took me a little bit to adjust to it. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because you kind of get sticker shock. But yeah. I know you can't see these numbers, Martha.
I can't.
But this is really cool. I'm going to put a link, or I'll email you guys a link or message you a link so you can see all these documents.
We'll post them in the comments.
I'll post the link in there so you can actually download all this. But
you
can't see it.
You can't see it either.
I can't see the numbers that I wanted to show. But just for fun, let's look at 1985. Some of you don't even remember 1985. I do. I was in 5th grade. This is a cool time.
Right here.
Average sales price of the house was $85,000. So just for fun, let's see how long it took for it to double. Okay, so it took 18 years for it to double
to 165.
Right, to 165. Okay, so the average sales price right now is $336,000.
Yes.
So how long did it take to double?
So
it took 18 years again
to double.
So in that same time frame, 160-ish. So we add 18 years, that gives us 2021, which is 336. It doubled again.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, if we look at that, we're not really overpriced.
Not really.
So what happened, if we look, we had a year here, 1% appreciation. One. I think we had a 0.6. Even 2.6 in the 4s aren't crazy high. We had so many years with just flat appreciation. Realistically, it had to catch up at some point.
It did.
And that's what it did.
Yeah.
It just all happened to catch up in the last 2 years, triggered by this pandemic, which, like we said before, just made people realize how important it is to just not always live in your mother's basement.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with mom's basement,
No, nothing
There's
at
cool
all.
Basement ideas. But just the importance of having your own home, because we're working at home.
Yeah.
Other people are working out at home. I didn't say I was working out at home. Some people are working out at home. And just the home became a lot more important than it was before.
Absolutely.
So all that triggers, and we ended up with, that crazy run on the market. So, Marth, would you say the market is chilling?
No.
So what is your prediction on what the market's going to do?
I think pricing is going to stabilize a little bit. I think we won't see such insane appreciation this year. Maybe just the normal 3% that
4%,
it had.
5%.
I don't think we're going to see 17%. I think that it's still going to be a seller's market for a while.
Agreed.
We have very low inventory. We have a lot of people that want to buy a house. And interest rates are going to go up a little, but still 4% is lower than it was 12 years ago when we bought a house.
It is. In big picture, it is.
Still a good interest rate. It's way lower than the 80s.
Absolutely.
So, you're in a good spot.
I think that I think buyers are going to become more hesitant.
Yeah.
I think buyers aren't going to be paying 101% of list price anymore.
No.
I think there will be a little bit of shift on that.
You know what else I think is going to shift?
What's that?
They're going to be a little more picky and not just say, I'm going to take it as is. I want some repairs.
I'm already seeing that.
Because if people are realizing if I'm going to pay top dollar,
yes,
I want it in good shape.
Yes. I think every listing we've had, they seem to be a little pickier on the
yeah.
They give us 101%.
But I want everything fixed.
And then they're squeezing us on inspections,
yes.
right? Which I don't know anybody who would do that.
I know someone who would do that.
It is a strategy, and I'm seeing that used more than in the past, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Secure the house and then...
Yeah, and then maybe try to get it. And then did you read another stat from NAR that actually, what was it, the discontentment or...
Oh, yeah, something like 67%, I think it was, of the people that bought homes in the last year are not satisfied with their home purchase.
Wow.
And some of it is that their job situation has changed. So they found out they can work from home even though they moved for a job and they don't like the area. So they're going to move again.
Right.
And so there's that. And then just people who I think made that rush decision. I got to get a house by X date settled, yes. And they're not happy.
Do you think there's been a little bit of like, okay, so using the toilet paper analogy, right? So everybody made a run on toilet paper. And then I think some people just made a run on toilet paper because other people made a run on toilet paper.
Because even though they didn't necessarily need it.
Because I consider us fairly sane. Yeah. Even having 6 kids, I think we're fairly sane.
Fairly.
But I felt like I should have an extra roll of toilet paper, didn't you?
I always have an extra roll of toilet paper.
No, but that causes kind of a false demand.
It does.
So I'm wondering, do you think maybe that almost happened with the real estate market?
Maybe.
So, oh my God, everybody's buying houses. Prices are going up. I should get one too.
Yeah. When
really, no, not everybody needs to own a house.
Or not everybody needed to move.
Exactly. So I don't know. It was very interesting. I'm enjoying watching how the market unfolds.
Yeah, people sold because they just wanted the equity.
I know. We talked about that. And they're sitting in a rental house now.
Yeah.
Because they think the market's going to crash. And
we don't know that's happening.
I don't think it's going to crash.
I don't think it is either.
I think it'll stabilize. But even just, pure economics definitions. So even if it's lower appreciation, that's a down market.
Yeah.
So we're at 17. If next year we're at 14, well, we're down.
Yeah.
And then maybe next year we're at 9 or whatever. But it's still going to be okay.
Yeah.
All right. Closed numbers I want to get to real quick.
Yes.
And so this is what I noticed in July was that the month over month closed actually was lower this year or 2021 than it was the year before. Yeah. Okay. That's when it shifted. The first part of the year was going. The second part, the close slowed down. And as you can see, so the price of homes is up 17.5, but the closed number is only up 2.9, which isn't a lot of growth. So I think we'll probably be the same this year.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll sell much more. We might break 15,000 this year, but I don't think it'll be much over that.
Yeah.
And again, it's just basically the inventory.
Mm-hmm.
And the new home guys, they're working their butts off.
Yes, they are.
They can't. I'm still waiting on windows on a project.
Yeah.
I'm 5 months which is fine. I'm a little slow. So that works out. But I'm still 5 months waiting on windows.
Yes.
So, if the whole supply chain thing is that backed up, they're not going to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a while. So that's my prediction, Mar. I think kind of like you, pricing is going to start to stabilize because it's becoming unaffordable.
Yeah.
And with interest rates going up, people can't afford as much house as they could before.
Exactly.
So that's going to slow down a little bit. I don't think we're going to sell as many houses or growth-wise. I think it'll stay about the same. We're not going to sell 5%, 10% more homes. They're just not there.
Well, and everybody that wanted to move
already probably moved.
Yeah.
I think so. All right, Martha, your favorite number. How many $1 million homes sold? Ooh, here's a good point, Chris. Less secondary residence this year because of the secondary rate increase.
I just saw that.
That's a good point.
Like what, 1 to 4%?
Yes.
Or they want you to buy points. It can cost like an average of $20,000 more.
So they're discouraging investors at this point.
Yeah.
I know they're not pulled out completely, but there was less investing in Albuquerque than there had been in the
That's
past.
kind of sad though, because a secondary home isn't necessarily an investment. It's I have a summer home in Florida
True.
or a winter home in Florida.
True.
Which you want real bad.
In Florida?
But it's that. It's not necessarily I'm going to rent this house.
No, good point. So just secondary home.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
good point. All right, you ready?
Are we ready?
For your...
Yeah, the big reveal.
Well, Martha, how many $1 million homes sold in December?
13.
Jeez. Really?
13.
Do you remember what the averages were before?
God, like 3.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
So, yes, the luxury market did pick up very, very well.
And that's closed like million. I think the highest was 1.7 million.
But nothing over 2, really?
No, but still 13.
No, that's pretty
in December.
Good. So that market's strong?
That market is strong.
Well, they sell their little normal flat in California. Come buy a nice $1 million home here.
Yeah.
There is still that influx of money. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us this morning.
And again, if these are general numbers, but we can get you numbers for your exact location.
Yes.
And just message us and we'll get you how much your house.
I forgot to shamelessly plug ourselves.
You did.
I did. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Later.
Bye. Happy New Year.